Okay, should be better now. We should be down to like 3 seconds of latency max. All right, it is 6:08, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Okay, 6 seconds is good enough. It's not like we're doing 9. Okay, you know what? That's half the time. I don't think I'm actually gonna get it any better. At least not today. My friend who understands Streamlabs much better than I do is not here right now. Yeah, right. It's 20 seconds is like a little too long, but 9 seconds is doable. Okay, so yeah, true. What I want to do is I want to yap about VCT, obviously, from the title. Specifically because there's like 2 or 3 matches in this upcoming week that are basically going to start deciding the teams that make it into playoffs. So in Americas, we have, is it MIBR versus G2? Is that what it is? No, it's Cloud9 versus MIBR. That's right. And both of those teams are 2-0. So let me pull up the match statistics real quick. What am I looking for? C9 versus MIBR. Okay. Right. Yeah, I got it confused. Oh, that was an important series. Oh, that is so tiny. We got group 1, we got group 2. So the matches next week are here. NRG versus Furia. If Furia lose that, they're basically out of the playoffs, probably. Unless they pull off a miracle late stage run and everyone else shits the bed. And then it has to be wait, no, it's not. I'm a liar. That happened that I literally watched that game. I was getting so mad at FNS during that series, to be honest. And they still won. But anyways, it's these two. So whoever loses this is going to be for sure out of the playoffs. Whoever wins this is going to be for sure in the playoffs. And then I might be an energy play. Oh, dude, I'm actually losing my mind. What am I doing? We're in week 3. We're in week 3. Yeah, chat's right. It's this. This one was right though. Okay, then over here it's Sun EG, Loud 100 Thieves, and 2G Crew. Okay, we finally got there. We got there in the end. So out of these games, the most important one is probably MIBR versus Cloud9 because Cloud9 didn't make it to what master Bangkok. Cloud9 didn't make it to Bangkok, but I don't know. They look kind of good. Although they have played NRG. They played NRG and Leviathan. It's been like a week and a half since the C9 NRG series. I forget how they looked during that. C9 2-1 MIBR but lose first playoff match. Trust. I could totally see that, honestly. I honestly don't think C9 is an international team. I like Oxy. I think Oxy's good. I just don't think C9 has the gall to play well at an international tournament. Maybe that's a hot take, but I would much rather our three teams be like MIBR, G2, and probably Crew, since Sen also isn't looking that good for split one. What teams matter in Group Alpha? If Crew Crew is gonna beat 2G, so Crew is probably guaranteed for playoffs. So new layer. Crew is almost guaranteed to make it into playoffs. Cloud9 probably is gonna make it into playoffs because even if they lose versus MIBR, they still have like many more chances to get their third game. I mean, I think G2 beats NRG. So G2 is probably gonna go into playoffs as well. Oh, Loud versus 100 Thieves and EG versus Sun. Those are gonna be some interesting games. Wow. Okay. I actually have no idea in Group Alpha who's going and who isn't. Yeah. Yeah. Loud is 0-2. You're right. Loud is basically out. So Loud is out. I think we already know who's going in this group, to be honest. I really think it's just this. Unless NRG starts shitting the bed even more. You think fucking what I hate that they added the M. I'm still calling him Koi. Do you think Koi has any chance at coming back sometime? What are they right now? I don't watch all of the EMEA games. I think they played. Who did they play? They played one of the teams I like in EMEA this week. Right, they played Foot. They played Foot. Foot is like top 3 EMEA right now, probably. So yes, I think they have a decent chance. Aren't they doing like a rebrand though? Like they fucking added the M. Also, didn't they drop two of their roster? I'm not a big roster watcher, but I have long-term KC stonks. I think KC hasn't clicked yet. I think KC could like eventually form like a French super team or something. I don't know. Are the majority of players even on KC still French? Isn't KC just kind of like an international team now? No. Group O, 1 G2, 2 MIBR, 3 C9, 4 NRG, 5 Lev. Oh, is that current? No, that's what you think it's gonna be? I hope so. I want to see G2 in Toronto. I wouldn't Cloud9 to go to Toronto too, just because I want to see Oxy play, because I like Oxy. He's funny. I think Fur does better than Lev. I mean, neither of them are making it to playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. We just need to know the top 4 in each. 2G had a fluke win, and honestly, it was fraudulent. It wasn't really that fraudulent, but that series, I sent over like 500 messages with my friends in Discord. That series was just an awful series to watch. I don't think I can say that on YouTube, so but yeah, I think it's this. for playoffs anyways. I think I cannot draw a check mark today. It's probably that and probably this. Sen versus EG. Oh, I mean, Ye's on EG and Ye's washed as hell. But Sentinels lost tens, so who do I have winning my pick'ems? Probably Sentinels. Group 1 Crew, Sen, 100 Thieves, EG, 2G Loud. Yeah, I actually, I would put high, stonks on that. Although maybe, oh, I definitely agree 2G and Loud aren't making it from Alpha. I think between Sen, 100 Thieves, and EG, that's where I have the least confidence. I think the final is going to be Crew on the top, Loud and 2G on the bottom, and then 100 Thieves and EG and Sen in some order from second to fourth. Who's getting the bye? So we're thinking Crew. Are there buys for these playoffs? There are, right? Or no? Is it the top two get a bye? Is that what it is? I haven't actually looked at the playoff structure yet. Yeah, top two from each group get a bye. So we're thinking Crew gets a bye. So Crew is gonna get a bye. I think Crew's the only one I'm actually confident about getting a bye for playoffs. Do they have a logo for Masters Toronto yet? I'm sure they do. Oh, it's just the pink. Can I paste this in here? Is that, oh, it does work. Okay. So who's going to Toronto? We get three teams from Americas. Crew is going. I agree with that. Crew's going to Toronto. Oh. Well, let's actually like metagame this. So wait, I'm confused. Am I stupid? The top eight go to playoffs, right? G2 versus C9. Yikes. I don't know. That's week 5 too. It's gonna be awful if that decides whether one of those teams gets in or not. Okay, I'm confused. Does VLR have the wrong playoff structure then? I'm also like dead tired. I had to wake up super early and drive to a different state this morning. That's part of the reason why this stream was so hectic at the start. So this is the playoff structure that VLR has for the but that's only 6, right? That's one goes here, one goes here, one goes here, one goes here, and they have 2 buys. Where? Okay. Oh, I see. That's what I'm missing. Two of the teams go down here. I didn't even look at the lowers. That makes sense. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Sim. Goated. So it matters if you get 4th then. Oh wow. Okay. So we think Crew's gonna be here. Let me color code these. So there's There's two blue teams who are the GOATs. There's four, let's call them purple teams. And there's two mid teams. We're going to use yellow. They're going to go here. So we think Crew is a blue team. Crew's going to get the bye in the uppers. I think it's going to be G2. I think G2 are my GOATs. G2 would never disappoint me. I think G2 is going to get in the upper semis. Out of the rest of them, I would probably put... 100 Thieves has looked kind of good, though. I have really no idea for Alpha. I have zero clue who's... Like, between 100 Thieves, EG, and Sentinels, I have no idea. Let's look. Who's got easy games and who's got challenging games? 100 Thieves play loud, then they play 2G, then they play Crew. Oh, they're okay. They're gonna lose to Crew. They're obviously gonna win versus 2G. G2 will clap C9, so yeah, G2 gets the bye. I agree. That is a great take. Oh yeah, that's gonna be such a good game week 5 because it'll probably be the game that decides who gets a bye because G2 and C9 will probably be the top two. That's gonna be a crazy game. 100 Thieves has a pretty... I think 100 Thieves definitely isn't going to be the 4th team because they get to play 2G, so they basically already have a free win. So I'm going to put them as a purple team. EG has to play Sen, which I have Sen winning in my pick'ems, but I actually might change that right now because I don't know. Sen's been looking kind of rough. They play Crew. Okay, they're going to lose that probably. Then EG play Loud. Oh, if EG win versus Sen, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Crew and then 100 Thieves and EG and then Sen is 4th. I actually do. I think EG will beat Sen. I know I love to make fun of Ye as a joke, but I don't know, man. I honestly, coming into, again, I don't really pay attention to the rosters that much, so I tend to judge teams more on like their previous season performance. But coming into Split 1, I had a lot of faith that like Sen and G2 were going to be the best in each of their groups, and Sen losing to Crew kind of threw me. And also they just didn't really look that good in that series, in my opinion. Sen looked good against Crew, only Icebox defense was bad. Okay, that's funny because I was specifically thinking Icebox. So maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm just coping because Tens is gone. Let's do this group though. This group is hard. I agree. If Sen beats EG, which is entirely possible, they would be flipped and EG would start in the lowers and Sen would start up in the top. I don't think are Sen bad after the Crew game. More so, I think Crew is easily the most underrated team in Americas right now. I do agree that Crew is underrated. That is absolutely true. I wish Crew would have gone to Bangkok, to be honest. Like, I'm not mad G2 in the MIBR win, but I would have loved to have seen like Crew. I love the I don't know. I love the way they play the game, I guess. True. Yeah, and oh dude, they MIBR. Oh, MIBR plays NRG next week, and this week they play Cloud9, right? So if MIBR lose this week and then win versus NRG and then win versus Furia, Oh, this is hard. For me, EG isn't as good as they were last year. With Dragamo, Potter had like a little killing machine. Yeah, I I don't know. I'm we were talking about this. I think Potter's locked in with EG until like 2027, and me and my friends all that we have like a VCT group chat, and we all think that it's like a complete waste of Potter being locked in with EG for like 3 more years or 2 more years. God, I can't believe it's 2025. It feels like it's been a year since COVID, man. Um, but anyways, I think MIBR MIBR is definitely a purple team. They're not gonna get the bye, and they're not gonna start in the uppers. Or they're not gonna get a bye, but I also don't think they're gonna start in the lowers because they get a free Furia match. Right? Like honestly, put Potter on like Sen, and all of a sudden they're fucking beating Crew and they're number one. No, that's not true. That's probably not true. But I'm a Potter simp. This is the wrong color, purple. Okay, so who's not making it to? Who's not making it? It's NRG. It's literally just NRG. NRG. Sorry, but NRG play. Oh, they get a free win versus Lev week 5 though. But they're gonna lose to G2 this week, and I think they're gonna lose to MIBR next week. That's my prediction. This is my prediction for this bracket. EG has a lot of sleeper build players, but I don't think they're still enough. Make sure Superman and Icy are good. Yeah. I agree. I feel like EG has a bunch of individually decent or good players. I just don't. I'm not sure. Watching them play, what? Who did they play? Who did they? Watching them play versus. Oh, it was 100 Thieves. Okay, watching them play versus 100 Thieves this week. I just. I'm not gonna lie. Like every game this week, I was disappointed in one of the teams. It's probably because they absolutely fucked my pick'ems. I lost 4 of the pick'ems this week. This was my pick'ems for this week, and we don't talk about loud. We don't talk about the loud 2G. Okay, if anyone had 2G in their pick'ems, you are crazy. You're actually like unhinged. Yeah. I think if there are 2 matches to look out for in NA for the rest of for the rest of Split 1, it's probably NRG versus MIBR and G2 versus Cloud9. I think those are going to be the 2 like banger, like deciding who goes to Toronto, or at least who gets the bye in the playoffs type matches. Yeah, Lev has. We haven't talked about Lev enough. Lev has been such a disappointment. Like it's not even like they fell off a little bit. They just crashed. Like they're gone. Like Lev doesn't even exist anymore. And like I know that they played 2 like good to decent teams, but it's like damn, bro. Yeah. These are my okay. Let's get some more space. Um, let's do 2000. Okay. Yeah, I think Lev are bottom for Americas. I agree. Yeah, I think Tejo has helped contribute to this like retake, quote unquote retake meta that we're seeing in like the pro, especially, and kind of in like high ranked, but not as much. But like in pro, definitely a lot of teams have just switched over to building comps around Tejo and playing for like retake meta. And I personally find it um I don't want to say boring, but I don't know. Yeah. Didn't Demon One like almost carry his team on Omen like yesterday? Am I crazy? Like Demon One was popping off on Omen and then they still lost, right? Or am I like misremembering? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Demon One versus Cloud9. Yeah, I'm thinking of Split specifically. I mean, he only went 14-14, but I don't know. It felt like he was the only one doing anything in that game. And like I don't even know if it's Demon One's fault. Like watching Lev versus C9, it felt like Lev didn't know what they were doing half of the time. Did you miss the Minecraft stuff? No, we're just yapping about VCT. If I prepared Minecraft if the VCT talk got too stale, I was going to show off the I'm working on a mod, I'm working on a create add-on. I was gonna show that off a little bit. It's one of my side projects, which I have way too many of right now, to be honest. Um, what was I doing next? Oh, okay. Um, so I was going to grab my pick'ems and we were going to talk about which games are going to be bangers. That was not on the right layer. Okay, there we go. Okay, boxes. That's too thick. Tejo was first just put in a comp for Sova and used for fast hits and pros. Now that teams know they have to play against Tejo, they pick Vise to stop. Yeah, yeah, that's a really good take. I'm not sure Vise would be as powerful as she is if Tejo hadn't shifted the meta so much. I'd be interested to see the pro pick rate from like the first event that Vise was in versus like Bangkok or something. And ironically, Fury. There's okay. Great add-on sounds cool. I'm here for the Minecraft. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Don't worry. The fact that we can literally predict the playoff matches at this moment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. NI's. I have to keep saying NA. America's has become a little bit predictable. Without Tejo Vise, yeah, no. Without Tejo Vise, wouldn't be there. Gluefest Fury versus Lev. Oh lord. You're right. That's gonna be some. Oh, that's gonna be some. You're actually so right. Fury versus Lev is gonna be a game. Oh lord, I hope. Oh, Sideshow isn't Sideshow casting? I think Sideshow. I'll have to watch TMV. My number one is usually Sideshow for watching the co-streams, and then TMV is second if Sideshow is casting. I sent Riot a ticket about co-streaming, and they never answered, and I kind of think they're ghosting me. Um, but honestly, I kind of like just chilling and watching the games. So maybe I'll start doing like a weekly Tuesday night stream to discuss the upcoming week, because that sounds more fun to me, to be honest. So this we're gonna have two colors. We're gonna use green for like actual like good Valorant, and we're gonna use red for like meme glue games. Because this is gonna be an important game to watch. I think. going to determine a lot. As we talked about up here, Cloud9 probably wins, but it's still going to be a good watch. Ichi versus Sen is also going to be a good watch because that's probably going to determine who gets relegated to the lower rounds. That's what that's going to determine. G2 versus NRG. I think G2 just clears, so I don't think it's that important. Honestly, V Loud that played against 2G play against the Leviscent team. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was just disappointed watching them play against Crew. I think I just honestly it's tens. I miss tens. Although Zelsis is my spirit animal. I love Zelsis. And I'm not talking about the Twitter stuff. I just his vibes are great. Okay, wait. We said this game is gonna be funny just because it's gonna be glue. Crew versus 2G and G2 versus NRGR can get like a separate color for Stomp. True. Okay, you're right. We should have 3 colors. We should have good games, stomps, and like glue fests. This is gonna be a stomp. This is gonna be a stomp. Wait, that's not their color. Blue's gonna be stomp. Wait, I don't think G2 versus NRG is gonna be a stomp. I think NRG will at least give G2 a run for their money. Yeah, it's the co-stream reference. I love calling people glue. It's so fun. Honestly, Mimi on those co-streams is like a vibe. I love Mimi's like side rants. I also don't have faith in FNS, but I think NRG is one of those teams that can show up and play, or they can just like not. And I think versus G2 they might actually show up and play. True. 100 Thieves versus Loud. It's gonna be a stomp. It's just I don't see that game mattering at all. And then I'm not gonna give G2 versus NRG. I think my hot take is that this is gonna be actually a good game to watch. It's not gonna matter that much though. Okay. I will eat my words. I will publicly apologize on Discord if it turns out to be a stomp. And I'm saying 2-1. I'm saying before we do that, before I say that though, we should look at the maps because G2 has a pretty wide map pool, don't they? Maybe it is gonna be a stomp. Maybe you guys are right. Okay, well, let's move on. No, I'm kidding. I think NRG versus MIBR is gonna be a good game, and it will probably matter a lot for placement. Okay, 2G's getting stomped. Loud lost to 2G, so I'm just they're getting stomped every game. If you are the first one to lose to the Ascension team and you lose fucking 0-2, I never want to see you again, to be honest. G2 versus Lev last year would have been sick last year and now. Are you saying like this year's G2 versus last year's Lev? Or are you saying like last year's G2 and Lev? 100 Thieves lost against Plug. He lost against Plug. Yeah. Didn't Loud also lose to 2G in like the in like a hang on, let me check this. Because 2G beat someone at one of the invitationals because they talked about it on the coach stream a little bit. I was like half asleep. Let me pull up 2G real quick. Yeah, they beat Loud at the I'm not gonna even try to pronounce this, but back in December of last year, 2G beat Loud at whatever the hell this is called. Last year and this year's G2 would have been a good game versus Lev last year. Oh, I see. Yeah, Loud and Lev are like the two teams that I like had a little bit of hope for going into this season, and I don't want to see them ever again. Okay, this game's gonna be a stomp, obviously. Crew versus EG. I don't think it's gonna be a stomp, but I mean Crew's gonna win, obviously. Fury versus Cloud9 is gonna be a stomp. Week 4 is looking kind of boring from America's standpoint. There's one banger game. The Friday games look really good. Crew versus EG and NRG versus MIBR. If I'm NRG, I would use this week for 50% MIBR prep and just try to get as good as possible against G2. Honestly, that's a fair take. Like, not even like understand that you're probably gonna lose to G2 and just focus on beating MIBR and making sure you have your, who are they playing? Lev. Make sure you're squared up versus Lev. That's honestly not a bad take because they don't even need to beat G2. If they beat MIBR or Lev, they're in. And they would need to be, if they lost to G2, they would probably need to beat both MIBR and Lev, which is possible. It's actually probably likely. Oops. MIBR versus Fur might be the first 26-0 VCT. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to Crew versus EG. G2 versus Cloud9. This might be the most important game because it will probably determine who gets the bye in Group Omega, and I think on a larger scale, I think it will determine who looks good enough to go to Toronto, if that makes sense. The lever 2G just disbanded at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Crew versus 100 Thieves. It's definitely gonna be close. I still think 100 Thieves, or I think Crew probably wins that, but MIBR versus Furry. The Furries win, right, chat? Oops. Okay, that's gonna be a stomp and a half. Lev versus NRG. That's also probably gonna be a stomp, but maybe it'll at least be a little bit interesting. Damn, it's really just this next week that like looks interesting. The rest of them just look sad. G2 MIBR might decide one master spot. Do you mean G2 versus Cloud9? Or are you predicting that G2 is going to play MIBR in the playoffs? If you are, that's meta. Okay. By the way, does blue on every 2G game mean they win 26-0? Yes, blue on the 2G games mean that 2G is the one that wins 26-0, of course. And then this is going to be a good match. Again, Crew probably wins this pretty easily. Now, I did all of these pick'ems when they first opened back in like right when Bangkok ended, so I need to go through and make sure I actually have all the right teams selected. Okay. For the blue ones first. Oh, I have Loud beating 100 Thieves. No, I need to go change that. Hang on. Cannot believe that. Okay. 100 Thieves beat Loud. Crew beats 2G. G2 beats NRG, that's true. C9 goes 5-0. Yes. Both of the teams that get first in their groups only need one win to guarantee a spot to Toronto. is the loser, because both upper finals players go to Toronto, and then whoever gets to the lower final goes to Toronto. Let's see. I have G2 eating energy. What do we think about Furia versus Lev? I know someone said it was glue, and they're right, but who do you guys think is gonna win that? I have no idea, bro. I mean, I want to say Furia just because their name is always funny, but I would argue 2G versus Loud versus 2G was an upset. I I don't know the betting odds beforehand, but I have a feeling like maybe 1 in 5 people had 2G winning that. Okay, but who do you think is winning? Like, if you had to, if I give you $10 for on it, who do you think is winning between Furia and Lev? Yeah, right. Like, I think I had Loud winning like 4 out of 5 games just because I didn't know that they were gonna do nothing. Returned $600. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Love probably because of the firepower. That's a decent take. Nobody wins, they glue on attack, so it's defense win on OT because teams forget to play the spike. No way. Yeah, right. Yeah, no. I definitely after kickoff, I was thinking like 2G is definitely the worst in this group, and then Crew's the best. But out of the rest of the four, I had no idea. I had no clue. I need to actually like check my pickums. I keep getting distracted. 100 Thieves wins, G2 wins, Cloud9 wins, Sen wins, Crew wins. Oh, I'll have to come back to this one. Putting a line so I remember. Sen wins, MIBR wins, NRG wins, EG wins, G2 wins, Crew and Crew win. Okay. The two pickums I'm still deciding on are Furia versus Lev and NRG versus MIBR. I think both of those could go either way. We'll do EMEA. I actually just don't know enough about APAC and China to be able to give good takes. Also, isn't it like Pacific now? Do people still call it APAC? Like, like my friends and I call it Pacific now. Maybe we're falling for the propaganda. Like, if you ask me who's going to Toronto from Pacific, I'm gonna say like Gen G, PRX, and DRX because those are the three. It's probably gonna be like T1, but I love how Lev versus Furia is the only glue colored game. Is it really? It is. That's funny. I also just like peaked my mic really bad. MIB versus NRG was a no-brainer. MIB win. I do think I said that earlier, but like I said, this is NRG is such like a question mark because it's like they either show up to play or they don't. And like if they show up to play, I think they could give either G2 or MIBR a run for their money, but the much more likely thing is that NRG doesn't show up to play. I did actually I saw clips. I've been watching there's a guy on TikTok that uh like shrinks the games down to like 10 minutes just clipping out the best rounds. And every time I get like a PRX or Gen G one, I'll watch it because it's interesting. Are they really? That's so disappointing. I did just take a look at the standings and saw that they were pretty far down. They were like 5th out of 6 or something. Okay, let's do EMEA now. I did not realize it's been almost an hour. It does not feel like it's been an hour. It feels like it's been like 10 minutes. Meta is not doing PR justice. Are they not rocking with Tejo? Oops. Oh, that's fair. Now EMEA is still on week. EMEA has only played 1 week of games. Let me say it that way. So this is going to be a little bit harder because we're working on a lot less information. Like in Americas, it's pretty obvious who isn't going or who isn't making it to playoffs already. But with EMEA, we have to do a little bit more, not guessing, but we have to go a little bit more in depth. Let's put it that way. Self-proclaimed. Are you saying that for you or are you saying that for me? I do love some EMEA games. It's just they're on an unfortunate time for me because it's usually when I'm trying to get stuff done. I am a Benji Fishy simp. I actually think Benji Fishy might play some of the best Valorant ever when he's playing well. He's had a few rough moments over the last year, but do not disrespect Koi like that. What's over here? Let's see. Let's first do let's do this. Let's do the same thing we did for Americas. Let's first talk about next week, and then we'll talk about the rest. This upcoming week. When Toronto and Paris easy. Okay, next week it's TL versus BBL. BBL won a game? What the fuck? That's crazy. I missed that. When did that happen? That happened like this week. Did that happen like this Wednesday, right? Or like last week, last Wednesday. That's oh my god, that's crazy. I completely missed that. Okay, so wait, no. It's TL versus BBL. Like that. Apex versus Navi. Foot versus Gentlemates. TH versus Giant X. And then the last two pairs is wait, I did something wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I see that. And that makes me sad because like I said, I've had KC stonks ever since like Baldman Malds days. Sadak forces Harbor on every map. Yikes. This we're gonna do the same color coding from earlier. This game, banger. Wait, this game, banger. Gonna be at the edge of my seat for that. I think, like I have my pickums. I actually still agree with this. I think Fnatic can pull off one versus Vitality because just like NRG, Fnatic is one of those teams that sometimes shows up to play and sometimes doesn't. I think my comfort Twink Boaster will show up to play, and they will annihilate Vitality. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 FNC. Fnatic wins if Crashies keeps his form from last Friday, and Kajak, I didn't say that right. Keeps being the GOAT in my heart. Yeah, agreed. Foot versus Gentlemates. I mean, Foot probably wins. Heretics versus next week's like a lot of like boring games. I feel like Apex versus Navi is gonna be glue, so we're gonna put that in glue. We're getting our first glue game in EMEA already. Vitality, Fnatic, Heretics. That's fair. This is kind of not fair. I feel like Group A has too many good teams. I would have liked to seen either Vitality, Fnatic, or Heretics over with Foot. So I feel like in Group O, it's just Foot and then the rest of them. You know, like maybe Liquid is like kind of up there, but most week 2 games lack a lot of narrative between. Yeah, I feel that. Like I said, Vitality versus Fnatic is the only one I'm actually going to be invested in. The rest of these are just kind of like whatever happens, happens. Heretics probably stomps. I think Foot stomps Gentlemates. Oh, Liquid versus BBL could be a glue fest. Oh lord. So, oh dude, these could all be glue. Wait, actually, wait. 2025 Liquid equals 2024 KC. Yeah, last week. That's fair. What? BBL above Liquid is crazy. Maybe I'm underestimating BBL. But okay. Okay. Let me look at the roster. Has the roster changed dramatically in the past like year? Or wait. Yeah. Has BBL had any like massive roster shift? I've not seen BBL this year. I might have seen them in kickoffs actually. I don't know. I watched like about 60% of the EMEA games if I had to put a number on it. Like just over half of the EMEA games. Yampy is on BBL? Yampy's been on BBL since last July. Oh, dude, I need to keep up with my roster switches. That's crazy, dude. And he does have a BBL, you're right. Oh, dude, okay. So it's Yampy versus his former team. That's okay. I'm gonna put this in the good matches purely because I would have gone into this game, they would have said Yampy, and I would have assumed that they were talking about like Liquid if I wasn't actually watching the game and if I was just like listening to it, which is really funny. God, he's been on, dude. I missed that because I completely missed that because both Liquid and BBL haven't really played important games besides kickoff. That's crazy. And then Koi versus Karmine Corp. I'm gonna put that as glue. We kind of skipped the who's going chat though, so let's do that real quick. Vitality is definitely going. I think or going to playoffs. When I say going, I'm talking about 2 playoffs to be clear, not to Toronto. Heretics is going to playoffs. What is going to playoffs? Okay. Feels always scary to be fair. Just reminding everyone of the TL Send bind game at Bangkok. TL Send bind game. I'm trying to remember. No, I'm sure I saw it. I watched all of the Bangkok games, but I maybe what you're saying right now is part of the reason why my Sen stonks are so far down. Maybe it's like subconscious, you know. You have to remember though, I'm East Coast, so the Bangkok games were at like 2 a.m. for me. So while I did watch most of them in real time, I was like half asleep, you know. I really don't know. Someone said the Giant X was that I was underestimating Giant X earlier. I think that's what someone said. I mean, it's probably gonna be Gentle Mates. It's the fourth one from here. Okay, let me grab. I don't think Navi side wall is not good. I think GX versus A goes to play. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of the games then. Problem with Giant X is that everybody says everybody underestimates them until they pull out a big glue bottle on stage. Yeah, I mean there's several teams like that. Like like NRG. I'm the person saying everybody underestimates NRG, and then they end up fucking shitting the bed. Okay. Um, I have liquid beating foot. Oh my god. When did I make? I know when I made these, but that's crazy. I'm actually gonna go change that right now. I want to see that on my screen. Okay, it's all better. Hot chat had a guarantee on Vitality winning versus Fnatic, by the way. Okay. I I don't know. Like I said, if Boaster shows up to play, he shows up to play. I mean, Foot and Joy. That's why I have two of them in my VFL team. That's fair. Were they decently priced? Out of all the ones that I saw, I didn't like I said, I made my VFL team and then I don't really plan on touching it to be honest, because the website is still a little bit too buggy for me. But I think if I remember right, it was Oxy or maybe it was Boostio, but one of the Americas players was like really underpriced for how I thought that they would be priced. No. It's not really. It's just the website is buggy, man. Like I would go to do something and like I would have to I would click a button and like the page would just like break. I'm like it's like waiting. I just want to wait for like another season or two to where it's like more worn in, you know, and it's more like I don't know how to put it. It's more seasoned. Like other people have gotten the bugs out. I do enough fucking bug software debugging in my day job. I don't need to be doing it for VFL. 2 hours committed to VFL is crazy. Okay, Vitality versus Heretics is gonna be a banger game. I don't even care. They can have another plat chat guarantee. I don't care if Vitality 2-0 Fnatic. Heretics is still gonna give them a run for their money. I still think this is gonna be a good game, even though Foot are probably gonna stomp. This one's gonna be a stomp, but it's probably gonna be a funny stomp. I'm still shit, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. This wait, Carmine Core versus Gentlemates. No, that might actually be a decent game. I changed my mind. It's gonna be a stomp. If Floor is gonna drop 30 on both maps, but still loses 13-6. Yeah, that is how it be sometimes. If Heretics beat Fnatic, then Apex Fnatic can be. If Heretics beat Fnatic, Apex. You know? Wait, do you mean like if Heretics beat Vitality, like in week 3? What is going on? Oh, there we go. AC over G8 is a brave one. Wait. Oh no. It's backwards. It's backwards. I think it's gonna be stomp the other way. Like I said, I made these pickums like over a month ago. I made these pickums like as soon as they were available after Bangkok. Great April Fool's joke. Sent it into my group chat saying this is a carbon copy of Dust 2 except inverted. That's so funny. Thanks, man. The map itself took me like 5 hours to make because I wanted to make it detailed enough to where like people that didn't play CS a lot would buy it. Nice. 6K hours. Jeez, that's crazy. I don't think I have 6K hours in any game. Probably Minecraft, maybe actually. Navi versus Giant X. Why do I have Navi winning? Dude, I don't know what I was on when I made these pickums. I must have been lost. This is a stomp, but in the other way. Or wait. You guys keep saying I don't believe in Giant X enough, so you know what? I will believe them for this game. I was thinking about putting it as glue as well. Glue. Koi versus BBL. I would have put glue, but knowing Yampy is on BBL now, that's gonna be a stomp. Also, it's Koi. I think we can just say every game versus Koi is a stomp, to be honest. Yeah. VCT is kind of stale right now. Agent bans might be controversial, but it would be great for deepening the strategy, you know? I am pretty adamantly against agent bans. There's definitely like pros and cons. But I think part of the issue with agent bans is if you have a team that's running it depends. It's are you saying like each team gets like to ban like 3 agents or something? Because if you did it like League does, to where each person gets to ban an agent, you might just see all 5 people pick a controller, and then all of a sudden a team has only one controller to pick. You know? Yeah, that's the other thing. It would dramatically increase the amount of prep time. I come back and I see Koi. Great. Yeah, we have Koi being stomped. I have them beating Gentlemates. Why the hell do I have them beating Gentlemates? One ban per team. I do think one ban per team would be fine. And also, yeah, because if a team just banned Tejo or something, that also might encourage Riot to make more I don't know how, not unique, niche, I guess, agents. Like TMV has those has the Venn diagrams where he places agents. Oh, weekly bans for all teams. That, I mean, I still don't think agent bans are a good idea, but I think banning the same agent per week is crazy. I kind of like the one ban per team idea because then you really only have to prepare two comps. It would count. It would definitely counter like hard metas. Like if you're gonna argue that right now we're in like a hard like Tejo Vise meta. Okay, I'm gonna go back to labeling some games. I keep getting sidetracked and yapping too much. This this actually, like before Split One even started, I looked at the lineups and saw that this was the last EMEA game, and I was like, there's a decent chance we won't know the seeding for Group Alpha until the literal last game of the week or the last game of the split. I really don't know if we'll know the seeding for Team Alpha. Like if Vitality pulls ahead and actually is guaranteed the top seat, then sure. But I think there's a decent chance that like they're all really close and we don't actually know who's getting the top seat until this final game of the split. Believe in Koi. No. How about no? No, I didn't. No, I don't think anyone here believes in Koi. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, they could. They're the underdogs, bro. You have the underdog team right now. Like, Koi could just come back and wreck everyone, and we would have to eat our words. I also thought the KO buffs were April Fools at first. I've been getting reverse April Fools pranked a lot today. I still don't know if the Smite gun buddy thing. I have no idea if that was April Fools or not. BBL versus Foot is going to be a stomp, probably. Although Yampy, I could give them a run for their money. Tail versus Common Core stomp. Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be a glue game. And we're still like 4 weeks away, but I have to go to sleep now. See ya. Vitality versus Navi. Oops, that's supposed to be a stomp. Really probably should have made it like a chart, like a key. Why is a dog on a team that can get kicked from franchising like Bleed did? Yeah. What's that? Is it Movie Star? Is it Movie Star Koi? Is that what they are now? Why garlic bread? Giant X versus Fnatic. That's a stomp. Actually, no, that could be a good game. Vitality versus Apex is a complete and utter stomp. Carmine Core versus Foot. That's probably also a stomp. Heretics versus Navi is a stomp. Oh, Lord. Week 4 is just the weakest stomps. General Mates versus BBL. That might not be as much of a stomp, but it's probably more of a stomp. I think Movie Star is the person that is like didn't Movie Star didn't like give the money? Aren't they like a company? Yeah. God, EMEA is looking kind of boring. That's crazy. I guess America's is kind of boring too. There's 4 good games, well, 3 good games in a glue game next week, and then 2 good games each of the weeks after that. It's kind of the same over here. 2 good games, 2 glue games. Can't lie, the player card was fire. Player card for who? Koi? The one with the helmet on? I liked a lot of the team's helmet cards. I think people were a little bit too critical. Like Wolf, specifically the Wolf, oh, the 2024 one? I liked C9's 2024 card. I gotta look up at the Koi. Also, the Fnatic card looked pretty good. A lot of the 2024 cards looked good. Koi 2024. Okay. Are we talking about this? It's pretty good. I'm trying to get the horizontal version. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, like I said, a lot of the 2024 capsules were really good. It is cringe that they got restricted this season. Some of like the wolf helmet especially I thought looked pretty fire. But yeah, the fact that they just had to put their logo and they got to choose the colors. That's like all they got to choose was a little cringe. Am I stupid? Did wolves? I swear, am I like Mandela effect? I swear to God, wolves had a card with the helmet on it. Oh, are they under something else? Because they're I thought many teams didn't know what they could change. That they could change the gun buddy color. Because some combos looked so bad with the classic. That would be interesting if they didn't actually tell them. No, they did. It's just not with the main. Oh, it's because the China ones are labeled separately. I see. Oops, that's way too tiny. I like the Wolves one. My hot take, or maybe it's not that hot of a take, but my take is that the Wolves one is the best out of the helmets. I like it a lot. If I recall, the Sen one had a cat helmet. What? Did it? This? I mean I don't know. You play Minecraft PvP? No. Sen e-girl card. Like Sen 2024? Sen player card. Oh, what in the good fuck is this? What? What the hell? What is this? Can I even show this on YouTube? I hope I can. What the hell? No, I don't even want it on my screen anymore. That is awful. I mean, it's what? I can't believe they suggested that, bro. I was just about to say Zels's, dude. I was just about to say that this is Zels's work, dude. That's crazy. Okay, but we over here we grabbed Crew's going. Hot take, C9 doesn't go. It's G2 and MIBR again. Americas, it's going to be, I said Americas. EMEA, it's going to be, I'm actually going to do another hot take. It is going to be these three. They're going to go to playoffs, and they're going to go to playoffs, and in the playoffs, Foot is going to shit the bed, and it's going to be these three. That's my hot take. Go to playoffs and win champs. I actually don't know if there's a team that I think has less of a chance of winning champs than Koi. I mean, probably like a decent number of the Chinese teams, but they're FNC over Foot and BBL, really. I said it was a hot take. I said it was a hot take. Okay. Also, yes, I might even put FNC over Heretics. Fnatic are my goats. Benji Fishy. I just said Benji Fishy. Boaster. I'm getting tired. I'm like misspeaking half of the time. Although, it really just comes down to the playoffs. Foot is gonna get the bye from this group. Oops. Okay, Foot's getting the bye from this group. Vitality's probably gonna get the bye from this group. That would mean in the playoffs, it would have to be like, I guess cards are probably gonna go bye-bye, sorry. In the playoffs, it would have to be something like Vitality. Ooh, Foot. Are you saying Foot? IDK? Oh no, you're talking about Koi. Yeah, Koi is looking a little bit rough. You know what? Just because I can't spell, it's gonna be Foot. And then over here, we would have to have something like, oops. It would get like Fnatic. And then down here, maybe like Heretics. And then, so Fnatic goes here. Vitality wins. Heretics goes here. Heretics wins. And then when Fnatic dropped down to the lower bracket, Fnatic would be here. Okay, I guess we're going back to black. And Foot would be here. And so they both win. I'm just doing FNC. Okay. And then FNC won this. Ugh. Okay, get the point. Wait, this is my pred. I think there's a decent chance Foot doesn't go to playoffs. because they lose their upper semifinal match and then get knocked out in the lowers. It really depends though, because if Foot play Heretics up here, I think Heretics have a 49% chance of winning. If Foot plays Fnatic up here, Foot probably has like a 66% chance of winning. Like I said, Fnatic is like one of those teams where they're either there or they aren't, and versus Foot, Fnatic might just collapse. No protection except for missing Koi in the finals. Yeah. Why he get a bye to the grand finals? Is that even possible? I guess if Koi wins all 4 of their next games and everyone else like does poorly, it's possible. But if Koi gets a bye to the finals, I will fucking, I don't know. I'll give my dog a hug. Okay, does anyone have any interest in seeing the create add-on I was talking about earlier? Because if so, I can try to switch to Minecraft real quick. Every other team gets disqualified from EMEA except for Koi. Because they all cheated. Of course they all cheated. The teams Koi play against will seriously lose limbs out of nowhere. I think that would have been funnier if you said if the teams Koi playing against mysteriously lose limbs out of nowhere, they still wouldn't get a bye to the grand finals. Okay. I need to make sure my EMEA Preds are good. TL beats. Oh, wait, no. Wasn't that one of the ones I said I was going to change earlier? TL versus BBL. I'm going to change it to BBL. Navi beat Apex, Foot beats Gentlemates, Heretics beats Genix. I still think Fnatic could be Vitality, so you know what? I'm going to leave it. Karmine Core beats Koi, BBL beats Koi, Genix beats Navi, Foot beats TL, Vitality beats Heretics. Oh. That's going to be a good match. Fnatic beat Apex, Gentlemates beat Karmine Core. Vitality beat Apex, Liquid beats Koi, Gentlemates beat BBL, Giant. No, Fnatic beat Ginex. Foot beats KC, Heretics beats Navi, Foot beats BBL, Ginex beats Apex, Koi. I already swapped that in my pick'ems because I realized how stupid it was. Vitality beat Navi, Liquid beat Karmine Core, Heretics beat FNC. Okay. I like these pick'ems. I was planning on showcasing my Minecraft Create add-on that I've been working on, but I'm honestly so tired that I think I'm just going to go to bed and do it another night. So thank you all for yapping with VCT about me. Oh my god, thank you all for yapping about VCT with me, but I'm gonna head to bed. Good night.